Karnak is the newest character from Marvel Puzzle Quest, and I have to say, I really like his design. Hey everybody, welcome back to MPQ Mastery, where we teach you to destroy more gems. Today we have a character profile, and I wanted to kind of do the newest character, just popped up a couple of days ago, and we've really only gotten a taste of Karnak so far. Karnak the Shatterer is a 4-star character. I really like his design. It has already kind of changed the way that I'm like, oh man, they really took some risks and they did some different stuff with this character that is simultaneously kind of like new and exciting, but also kind of harkens back to some other things that some other characters do. So it's pretty cool, and I really wanted to kind of go over this character with you. As a side note, I went ahead and asked Marvel Puzzle Quest for a few free covers, and they did send me some so that I could really play around with him outside of just the Shield training event that's currently going on. Thank you, Marvel Puzzle Quest, for not laughing me out of that email that I sent. But let's go on and get into Karnak. If you don't know who Karnak is, he's actually one of the Inhumans, and he is a martial arts master. But he didn't just earn that as an automatic power that he got as being an Inhuman. He actually is an Inhuman, but he never went through the Terrigen Mist, which I thought was a really interesting twist to a character. I remember when the TV show was on, yes, I actually liked the TV show okay, but I know a lot of people didn't. But I felt that like his character was one of the more interesting ones, except for the fact that, you know, nobody had powers and it was like, ugh, why are you doing this to this guy? But he's a master martial artist, and his big thing is that he can kind of see probabilities of things. So that actually factors way into his powers. And the interesting thing too about Karnak is that both he and Crystal are characters that you can summon using Lockjaw. So I've been actually anticipating both him and Crystal, which we still haven't gotten, for a while now. I'm like, why create the design if you're not going to come out with the character? I'm thinking that they wanted it to be as far removed from the TV show as possible. All right, now going into the powers, he is black, red, blue, which I think is that's a good combination of colors. I was able to find a lot of uses for these colors kind of in some of my team groups and stuff, and at the end I'm going to talk about some of the potential partners that you can put with him. So his black power is called Find the Flaw, and it's passive, which is always cool. I always love it when characters have passive ability. I think everybody should have like one passive ability like all the time now. But the big thing with him is the first thing he does is on his first turn, which is technically your second turn. Maybe they'll change that where it'll actually happen on the first turn. But right now it happens right now on like the second turn. It's interesting. So yeah, at the start of his turn, if one doesn't exist, he puts a protect tile on. It's called Find the Flaw because what he's gonna do is he's going to play defensively until he can find an opening because he's a probability guy. That actually works out really nicely. And then on the fourth turn, he creates a critical tile on the board, and then the power turns to Exploit the Flaw, which raises his damage, I kid you not, at level 5 by 560%. So if he was dealing 1 damage, he's now dealing 560 damage. But if he was dealing 10 damage, now he's dealing 5,000 damage. Like essentially, if you raise this one all the way up to level 5, it makes sense to do that because, oh my gosh, he is gonna deal so much damage. But I really dig this as kind of like conceptually and thematically for Karnak, like it makes a lot of sense. His second power is called Shatterer, and it's actually pretty similar to Bullseye's green power. It allows him to destroy certain tiles and deal damage for those tiles that he destroys. At level 1, you can destroy 2 tiles, but at level 5, you can destroy 8 tiles. So it raises and you deal more damage. The cool thing is that if there's a critical tile on the board and you decide to destroy that, then it destroys the entire 3x3 block. And that's awesome. It destroys the entire 3x3 block and deals extra damage on top of those. So with the first power creating critical tiles, this one destroying critical tiles, you can only imagine what the third power is going to be. That's right, it's called Probing Strike. And it's actually the most straightforward of his abilities, his blue power. He hits and creates a critical tile. That's at level 1. At rank 5, he hits and creates 3 critical tiles. So the way that he is just built up is just amazing. So he is built to do lots of damage. He is built to create cascades. He is built to destroy critical tiles, create critical tiles, and exploit all of that for just, oh my god, I can't wait to get this character champed and bonkers. Right now I just have one cover for each just so I could play around with him a bit, but oh my gosh, like I am so excited for this character. I feel like he is the best designed character that we've gotten for a while. Like, you know, some of the other characters are like powerful, but this one just, all of the powers flow into each other. They all just feel right. Now for some of like people you can kind of team them up with. Obviously the first one is the 2-star Bullseye. Just as I said, 2-star Bullseye creates critical tiles. 2-star Bullseye also has a thing where you can destroy tiles and create the effect. The cool thing also about kind of combining these two is that Karnak's black power is the passive one and his 2 active ones are blue and red. Bullseye's passive power is purple and his 2 active powers are green and black. Meaning the 2 of them don't conflict with each other. You don't have to choose, they can just both be awesome. If anybody remembers my best MPQ team number 6, that consisted of Jessica Jones, Gladiator Hulk, and America Chavez, well, take out Jessica Jones and put Karnak in there. And it is amazingly fun to play. Oh my gosh, these 3 characters work really well. On top of that, Jessica Jones's colors are black, blue, and red. So Karnak fits right in and doesn't disrupt the color balance of your team. Still, all the colors are represented. Plus, since America Chavez can create critical tiles, you have Karnak creating critical tiles, and even Gladiator Hulk, if you can get his Gamma Bomb off, the purple power, he creates critical tiles. It just really creates this amazing kind of destructive team. So if you don't have Jessica Jones, who is a 5-star character, those are a little bit harder to get. Focus on Karnak as soon as he's available for shards, and you will, oh my gosh, you're gonna rule with that team. I noticed that the Shield training put him together with Northstar and Valkyrie, which was kind of interesting. I didn't really see the correlation between the powers of Northstar and Karnak. I didn't really see the flow. But teaming him up with Valkyrie actually is a cool idea because she has the contract thing that produces more AP. One of the things with Karnak is that His red power costs 10 and his blue power costs 8. And for some reason when I'm playing it, I have a hard time getting to the red fast enough. So also kind of putting him with people who can help him get more AP is a good idea. I've teamed him up with Nightcrawler, and that actually seems to work pretty well, although they both use blue and red. I just end up using him for his purple power just to generate more tiles. He also works really well with Quake, because her ability to also destroy all gems of a certain color kind of fits in nicely there as well, because that also can create some interesting cascades. So honestly, I have to say, like, I think Domino was my last character that I'm like, this character is one of the best characters ever. And I think Karnak is gonna have to take the crown for like best design character. So as somebody who plays around with like designing characters, this one just speaks to me on like a level you don't even know. So Karnak, the new character, you can actually get him in shield training right now if you're watching this on the day that I uploaded this video. Otherwise, he's generally available, so focus on him and get him because he's so good. Hopefully you liked that profile. Definitely let me know about it all down in the comments. Also, don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, and thanks for coming to MPQ Mastery. Go destroy some gems.